guys, and welcome back to the Irish Hotspur with your boys Dave and Jack, bringing you your channel creators' predictions as Tottenham face Brentford tomorrow night in the Premier League. How we go on from here? Well, it remains to be seen, but we do have a big week ahead with a couple of fixtures, so hopefully we can get the 3 points and march on inside top 4, although I know some people are still dreaming of a title race, so if you're one of them, let me know in the comment section below. Jack, how are you keeping, my man?
I'm doing okay, Dave. Even Ange Postecoglou potentially still dreaming of a title race because he didn't exactly, rule it out entirely. He was even a bit disappointed that the journalists had ruled out a potential title charge for Spurs. Got a little angry with them, and maybe Ange Postecoglou will turn the Brentford bees into honey tomorrow, Dave.
Look, that would be absolutely nice, Jack. It'd be nice to leave the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium with a nice pot of honey with a big number 3 on the lid. That'd be absolutely beautiful. But look, let's get into it. Let's see what our creators have to say heading into this game. And we will start with the one and only Benji Boy from We Are Tottenham TV. Let's hear what he has to say.
Hi guys, Ben from We Are Tottenham TV here to give my prediction for the Brentford game Wednesday night at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Going to be a difficult one. Brentford got Ivan Toney back, but they are missing Wissa and Mbeumo out to the AFCON at the moment. So I think that's going to play into our hands massively. But it is going to be a very difficult game. They always frustrate us. It was a very frustrating game in the first game of the season under Ange, where we did come away with a point. But I'm backing the boys to get the victory. We have to get back to winning ways. It's an important game for us. So I'm going for 2-1 to Tottenham.
2-1 to Tottenham. That's a nice prediction there, and I could see that happening. It's always been sort of tight with Brentford in the past. I agree with him that without Wissa and Mbeumo, they are a weakened team. They're very reliant on players like that. But would you like something a bit more than a 2-1, Dave, or do you think it is going to be tight?
Look, if I'm going off past games with Brentford, I think it will be a tight game. You know what they like to do. They'll sit all 11 men behind the ball and look to go and get a set piece and sort of capitalise on that. Famously, I would think it was, who was it, Ben Mee on the Fozcast, and he was saying that they actually get bonuses from set pieces, so that probably highlights how much they like them, and we know it's one of our biggest vulnerabilities. They've always been tight games with Brentford, so look, I'd take a tight 2-1 win. I just want to get 3 points on the board, Jack.
Maybe that's how we solved our sort of set piece problems, is doing a bit of the same thing. All of a sudden, we're scoring more set pieces. Maybe we threw in some bonuses as well. But let's see what Sean from Spurs Talk Show has to say. First prediction we got was a 2-1. Let's see what Shawnee has to say.
Let's go, Shawnee boy.
Come on.
Yes, guys, how you doing? Sean Butler here from the Spurs Talk Show. This is my Tottenham versus Brentford predictione. I think that it's going to be an interesting game. I think we're looking for a reaction. I think that Ange will be looking for a reaction from the kind of lacklustre performance against Manchester City in terms of creativity, at least. I'm hoping that we can see a few more minutes, a few more influential minutes from Maddison, a better performance from some of the midfielders who, I think the vision wasn't really there at times in the previous game. I think we'll have enough to overcome them. Even with Ivan Toney back, I still think that without the likes of Wissa and Mbeumo and Rico Henry, I think Brentford look a shadow of their usual selves. They're a decent team and they'll be a threat, but I think that Tottenham are going to ultimately have enough in the locker with a desire to impress the crowd and to give them something to get behind, because there wasn't too much on Friday night. So for that reason, I'm going to say 3-0 to Tottenham, and I think that Werner's going to be on the dance floor. And I also think that Richie's going to be pigeoning his way for at least 1 goal. And the third goal, I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. Like, subscribe and comment to these wonderful people. Shout out to the Flat Cap Army. Come on, you Spurs.
Big up, Shawnee. First of all, what I will say is he's looking absolutely sharp with that haircut, so you want to revisit that barber for Shawnee. But Jack, I think we're sort of unanimous, right, on who we think that third goal scorer is going to be. We sort of discussed it maybe just a little beforehand before we came on. Who do you think it's going to be?
Feel like I'm on the right page here, Dave, unless I'm a little slow this morning and, you're a little quicker than me. Are we thinking Rom Bombs?
Yes.
I love a Rom Bomb, Sean. That's going to be our sort of prediction there. And we know Sean as well loves Romero, so he would enjoy a nice Rom Bomb. And also pigeoning and Werner dance floor, Dave. That would be a fun day to have to do both during a watch long, for us to be able to do the Werner on the dance floor and a pigeon dance all at the same time. And with a Rom Bomb, it's almost a 3 for 3.
I mean, it's a recipe made for me to end up in hospital with a heart attack, Jack, you know, having that much excitement in one day. I mean, it'd be absolutely unbelievable. But interestingly enough, the Rombom did score against Brentford last time out, and he's the club's fourth joint top scorer in the Premier League. So that's why we have predicted the Rombom to score. And he does highlight there, no sort of embuemo, no visa, which I'm absolutely delighted about. They roasted us. Every time they play us, they absolutely roast us. So I'm happy about that, and hopefully we can keep Ivan Toney. I'll move on and hear what Sonny from Sonny Talk Spurs has to say.
What's going on, Dave and Jack? It is Sonny from Sonny Talk Spurs, and you want my prediction for Tottenham versus Brentford in the Premier League. You know, earlier on in the season, the first game of the season actually, we drew 2-2 with them at the GTEC Community Stadium. But, you know, we're at home now, got something to prove after being knocked out of the FA Cup against Manchester City. So, you know, they will have Ivan Toney back, unlike that reverse fixture. But I think, you know, if our attack is a bit more, you know, on the same wavelength, with James Maddison hopefully starting as well, I back Tottenham to win this one 2-1. I need to get back on the predictions bandwagon because I've been a bit off the mark compared to earlier in the season. So yeah, 2-1.
Love it, Sonny. No shame in being a bit off, you know, in the predictions, but similar prediction, I guess, to our first one that we had was from Ben. A nice 2-1, potentially a tight game. He wants a more potent attack from Tottenham Hotspur. I think I can definitely agree with that, Sonny. But also maybe competing with Sean for the better haircut as well, because he's, you know, showing off the waves. You know, Sonny there. He's got some nice flow.
It's not like Sonny to be off the rails, Jack, and not be right on the score predictions. He was absolutely flying earlier on in the season. Look, I'd also question, you know, as much as I fancy Sean's scoreline, and I'd absolutely love it, you know, the creativity hasn't been there for a number of games now. It wasn't just against Man City. It's been a couple of games before that, and it really does highlight how important Sonny is to the team. So I do think it's going to be tough. You know, we struggled to break them down at the start of the season when we had Son and Maddison in the team, and Skip was in that day, actually, not Papa Matsar. But, you know, we found it tough to break them down that day, so I don't see why this game is going to be any different. Thomas Frank has a formula that does well against Tottenham. I just hope we can take enough of our chances on the day, Jacko.
Yeah, let's hope that we bury those chances, because it's going to definitely need to be more of a sort of clinical end to this season. I think if we want to finish higher up that table, we're going to need to start to be more clinical with the chances that we do create. Absolutely agree with that. But Lee the Dorset Spur, maybe he might be making a travel up to the stadium to see Spurs take on the Bees, and he'll have a nice crew with him, I'm assuming, out from Dorset. So let's see what he has to say.
Well, I know they were very well represented at the City game. He put in the comment section just to alert us that they were going, Jack, which is good. So please let us know if you're going
party
again,
bus.
Lee. But yeah, party bus, right atmosphere. I'd say it was quiet on the way home though. But let's get into it and hear what Lee has to say.
Hey everyone, Lee the Dorset Spur back with another prediction video. This time for Tottenham versus Brentford. And in the mortal words of Will I Am, I've got a feeling. So. I had a feeling against Man City, didn't go as I planned, but this one I think could be the one. I think someone is liable to get a spanking, and I think this could be the one. Maddison is now back. Will he play the full game? Probably not, but if he starts the game, that will be good, and it will be good to see if he gets in there with Bentancur. Let's just see how that works. Kulu back out on the right, maybe give young Brennan Johnson a break after all the stick that he's getting. Defence is looking very, very good, but we've got to hit the ground running really early in this one. But I've got a feeling on this one. So I'm going to go with a 3-0 win. Up the Spurs.
Nice one. We're getting a lot of the same predictions, similar scorelines. Nothing has changed all that much. We're at 2 1s and 3 0s.
Massive score prediction from Shawnee. I believe that's 2 apiece now, Jack. So Holly will have the cast and vote on this one before we get into the likes of Marlon, who will probably predict another 0-0 again. But look, with what Lee is saying, again, you know, I'd love it to be 3-0. Maddison, I do think we have to make use of his minutes while he's on the pitch. I agree with him on that point, that Maddison will not see this whole game. So we have to be able to make use of him while he's on the pitch, and hopefully he can come back to some sort of level, because I'll be brutally honest, he didn't really do anything when he came on against Man City. And against Leicester, when he came back from injuries, if you go look, it sort of took him 3-4 games to really get back into the stride of things. So we'll wait and see what sort of impact he has tomorrow. But 3-0, Lee. I hope you're right, my man.
Yeah, let's hope Madison is able to inspire that sort of early start because he wanted as well, us to come out the gates quite quickly. So hopefully Madison can help facilitate that and grab us some early goals, and then we can give Lee that sort of comfort on his ride home, and it can be more of a party bus atmosphere on the way there and then on the way back. But now heading on over to Holly's Hotspurs.
Hello, yes, it's me, Holly, back with my instant match reaction. It's been a long week, so please excuse the current mess you're seeing. But it's been like Spurs at the moment, a little bit of a mess. No, I'm joking. Obviously, I'm still a bit disappointed after the City game, but I think playing Brentford will be a massive bounce back that we'll need. Obviously, we know that Tony's back in the team, but they are on a bit of a lose streak at the moment. I'm hoping Dr. Tottenham's going to stay away and we are going to get all 3 points. Again, it's going to be at home. Obviously, the news going around that we've all got to get our cameras out before the game to shine our lights. And I think, you know what? We want to create an atmosphere. We all moan there's not an atmosphere. Tottenham decide to kind of build an atmosphere and we all moan again. So yeah, I'm it is what it is. It'd be nice to create some sort of atmosphere. Yeah, I think we need this one. Things have been a lot worse in past times, so I'm trying not to get too bogged down about the cup. But hey, let's get back to winning ways in the Premier League, and I think it's one we can do. So come on, you Spurs!
Come on, you Spurs. Nice one, Holly. Looks like she was going for a win there, and she wants just a better sort of, lively atmosphere for this game. And I know she definitely is someone who sings her lungs out, and goes to plenty of the games. So hopefully she can help sort of inspire that good atmosphere. And maybe, Dave, next time she could probably help us get a prediction from Ledley King because, she just was just recently speaking to him. And maybe next time we can get a little cheeky prediction scoreline from Ledley King if she's able to pass on a word.
Yeah, Holly and King, two best buddies out there at the minute. Great to see, though, great night for Holly as well. Something she would never have dreamt of, starting the YouTube channel, have an opportunity like that. So, fair play on that regard. As for the light show, I'll be honest, I don't understand, the sort of negativity around it. At the end of the day, we've moaned for years about trying to recreate the atmosphere, bring that atmosphere that used to be at White Hart Lane into the stadium. And we are trying different things, the trumpet, the drum. I actually think it's quite a good thing by the club, to be brutally honest. And Holly, don't be so harsh on yourself at the start either. You look good as always, so don't be so hard on yourself in that regard.
I like that as well, that she's, just wants a better atmosphere in general. And, whatever manner in which Spurs can help do that, she's all for it. And even if it doesn't work, like, who cares, right? It's all in sort of the right vein of, wanting to create a better atmosphere, which is the right idea in the first place. So I definitely agree with Holly's takes there. And I like that she went there and touched on that.
No, so do I. I was waiting for someone to touch on it. But also, let us know in the comments below, are you going to the game or will you be at home and will you partake in the light show? Because I know I'll be a little loser here with my phone out in front of the camera with my light out. So if you want to join us for that, make sure you do for the watch along. And also let me know your thoughts on how Tottenham are going about trying to recreate the atmosphere. And is there anything that you would suggest to help recreate the atmosphere going forward? But let's get on to Jose talk and ball and hear what he has to say.
El Tel Cockerel, let's see.
Good afternoon, Dave and Jack, and all the supporters of the Irish Hotspur. This is Jose El Tel Cockerel from Talk and Ball. This is my prediction for the upcoming game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Wednesday the 31st of January between Tottenham and Brentford. We move on. We went out of the Cup on Friday, 1-0 to Man City. Wasn't our best performance, wasn't our greatest performance in the season. And that's two ways of looking at it. It could be that we played badly or that Man City did a number on us and played really, really well. However, I would like to see a couple of changes for the team for the game against Brentford. Although Postecoglou needs speedsters to play his system up front, I'm thinking to myself, give Johnson a rest, put Kulu out wide and bring in Maddison. Even if you only get 60 minutes out of Maddison, bring in Maddison, play him in the hole, and I would take out Højbjerg and put Skip in for the energy. Styles make matches. We played them at their ground and we had 60% of the ball. I have no reason to doubt that we won't have the lion's share of the possession. We just need that person to create for us, and when creating, we just need to finish off our chances. So with that being said, I'm going to go for a resounding 3-0 Tottenham win. Keep supporting the chaps. They're doing sterling work here at the Irish Hotspur. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, and become a member on the channel. Thank you.
Very nice of you, Jose. Very generous of you to shout out the channel, and also shout out to you, El Tel Cockerel and Talking Ball. Definitely need some creativity, and also let's try to take advantage of that lion's share of possession. I definitely agree with that. But another 3-0, Dave. That seems to be the common scoreline with these 2-1s.
3-0, 2-1 so far. 3-0 is winning out. I do hope that everyone is correct on that. You know, usually I get called delusional. I wonder, are these guys being a bit delusional here? But look, I think that's the second time we've heard it mentioned. I think Lee also mentioned it along with Jose about Brennan Johnson potentially being dropped. For me, I want to see it. I don't care who you put in there. Put Donnelly in there, put Gill in. I don't care. You know, grab Sunsup Bell or Santiago and throw them in there. I want to see something different. If you're not going to play Kulu on the right wing and you are going to play him through the middle, I do not want to see Brennan Johnson again. And at the end of the day, I think it's only right that the club pull him out right now to protect him, because the more he plays, the more stick he's getting.
Yeah. The more you're forced to kind of talk about it, right? Because he's the one that's on the pitch, and he's the one that's, you know, at the end of the day, the center of attention, whether rightly or wrongly. It's just how it is. But Marlon Green, maybe he will break these 3-0s and these 2-1s. I imagine he always has his own sort of idea of how the game will unfold, and he was so close to being right last time out with that 0-0, which I thought was a ludicrous prediction. But as always, Marlon Green proved me wrong once again. So let's see what he has to say.
Hello, David Jack. Hope you are well. It's that time of the week again. It's prediction. I was that close against City. That close. And I told you ITV were disappointed. They were like, well, this game ain't been as great as we thought it was going to be. But so one-sided. So one-sided. And I said to you lot in the chat before, I wanted to change my prediction. Well, I was wrong about that as well, because I was expecting us to play a lot better than we did. And City completely schooled us. Absolutely schooled us. It was so disappointed that we were not competitive at all in that game. And the fact it was 1-0 just showed you that if City had their big guns, it's going to be curtains. Hopefully the league fixture is completely different, but it's Brentford. It is Brentford. And, you know, a lot of people are expecting a lot of Tony. I think this could be the game where we could show Tony's been out for months. Hopefully the boys react. There's some sort of reaction. I think Brentford will play a lot into our hands. And for me, I'm going to go for a win. The reason why I'm being a bit like, I'm going for a win is because I know who's in the We Are Tottenham TV studio and they don't have a good record together. But I think this one will cut their streak. So I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs. I think we'll go 2-0 up and might concede late on when he makes the subs as per usual. I think we will get this one over the line. I feel like if Maddison and Bentancur are playing, I think Maddison needs more minutes. It blatantly showed when he came in against City, he was just, yeah, you could tell he weren't up for it. But I'm going 2-1 Spurs. I think we'll do it. I think we'll concede late. Again, I think it'll be a mistake. It's always a mistake when it comes to Spurs conceding. But I think we'll keep up our 2 per game. The City was just an anomaly. The cup games have been awful this year. So I'm going 2-1, back on track. So yeah, 2-1 Spurs.
Nice one, Marlon. And everybody shout out Southview Coys TV as well over there. But another 2-1. He, in fact, joins, you know, the group of the 2-1 predictions there, Marlon. He hasn't come up with his own one. We haven't gotten a different score prediction yet. And he sounded, yeah, like a bit hesitant about the win, maybe because he thinks it's going to be a tighter win than some others predicted, but also because he seems to be a bit of a superstitious person, this guy, Marlon, because he's suggesting that maybe a certain crew at the We Are Tottenham TV towers maybe have a bit of bad luck.
Yeah, I believe it's one of his co-hosts, right, from Southview Coys. I think it's Ashmatic. I was speaking to him yesterday after the debate show on We Are Tottenham TV. He's in the studio, so he's one of them. I don't know who the other one is, but hopefully that luck is about to change. If not, I think we'll have to make a call to Ben and Sim to get some substitutions in there. But one thing I think Marlon did touch on, you know, that we sort of do need to get the game sort of over and done with by the time we make the substitutions. We know what the injuries we're carrying when we're making substitutions, we're weakening that team dramatically in terms of how good we are on the ball and how good we are, how effective we are out of possession as well. So I think Marlon's absolutely spot on that. We have to get it done before we have to rely on the bench.
There you go. And let's keep it rolling and see who we got next year. It's the Tron.
Hi, this is Dermot, aka Dermot Tron from thfc Till I Die, your home Tottenham past, present, and the exciting future under Andrew Postecoglou. This is my match evening predictions for Tottenham Hotspur against Brentford at the world famous Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Look, no one is as disappointed or as sad as I am that we're out of the FA Cup. It was a very poor performance. Some players let us down. I'm still convinced it was a foul on the goalkeeper, though he could have been a bit stronger. But for me, I think it was a foul if you're going to be consistent about it. But we've seen other referees not give it, especially against Burnley, against Luton, and Wolves against Man United early in the season. So it either goes for you or goes against for you. But look, Man City are the world champions, team champions for a reason, and that's why they are on the show this that Friday night. But we have come a long way under Ange Postecoglou, and we're going to go even further under him. Look, it's a win that gets back in the race for top four. Look, are we going to win the championship? I would love us to, but I can't see us doing it. But I said at the start of the season we'll finish top three, and I'm standing by that. I think there's a top three for us here. But Brentford are no mugs either. Brentford is not going to be an easy game. Ivan Toney now back as well. So, look, I want us to come out and show how much it means to them, how much the FA Cup meant to them, and show a reaction. And let's see if we can beat Brentford. I'm going for a 2-0 win. I'm going for Werner and Richie to get both goals. But come on, you Spurs, in Big Andrew.
Come on, you Spurs. Big Andrew trust that Man City result. And I don't blame him. You know, a lot of reasons to still feel a bit kind of like, you know, maybe we didn't do enough out there. Was a bit of a letdown of a performance. Also towards the end there, it sounds like Dermot, doesn't agree with the decision made with the goalkeeper, which I'm starting to be kind of more convinced by. My initial reaction, I kind of felt like wasn't really much to complain about, but it seems like more and more people are kind of actually on the opposite end of it. So maybe I have to reconsider. But yeah, Dave, we want Dermot back to, a confident Dermatron, and he's gone for a 2-0, but, he still looks a little sore after the Man City result, and sad to see because normally Tron has given us the 4-0s.
No, look, I don't blame him. I think it's hit him hard like it has probably the whole Spurs fan base.
Sure.
It's another year down, without sort of, going for a trophy and whimpering out, really. But we do want delusional Dermot back, so hopefully we can get that 2-0 score prediction, and it puts a pep in his step, and we get an even more deluded prediction for the game on Saturday against Everton, Jacko. But look, Dermot, don't worry, leave it in Tottenham's hands. They'll pick you up, my man.
Absolutely right. And that might have been the last prediction by the looks of things, Dave. So maybe the right question to ask you is, what's your score prediction?
Oh, that's the golden ticket, Jack. Look, my score prediction, I'm going to go Tottenham. I'm going to go Tottenham 2-1. I'm going to go with my 2-1 brigade, just because I think it's going to be a tough game. They're going to sit everyone down behind the ball. We haven't been at our creative best for quite some time, and I think chances might be few and far to come for us. We just have to take what's on offer. I'm going to go 2-1. I think, like Marlon, make a couple of substitutions, might be caught near the end. It's happened to us a lot so far this season. If you go back and look at games, Everton, Bournemouth, teams like that, Wolves, most notably. So I'm going to go 2-1, Jacko. What's yours?
I'm going to join the Profitron, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 as well here. And mostly because I sort of do see it where Brentford might stifle us at times, where we'll have a lot of possession, but we'll struggle to maybe break it down consistently. But there will be moments and there will be openings for sure in this game. And it's just hopefully that maybe in that first sort of 45 minutes that a lot of people were alluding to, that Spurs sort of come out quickly and sort of overwhelm Brentford. And maybe that's where we get our goals. So I'm going to say 2-0. I could see us conceding from a set piece from Tony or Ben Mee or any of those really tall Brentford players. And also, they're just very good at running their set pieces. They have a lot of different routines and sort of different styles of doing so. So you definitely have to look out for that. But I'm going to go for the 2-0 because I believe in our defense.
Look, you're every right to. I thought they were absolutely magnificent against Man City. But everybody who's tuning in, please give us your score predictions in the comment section below. If you do enjoy these, please smash that like button. Share it out to all the other Spurs fans that you think needs to see this. And lastly, show us some love. Show your boys some love in the comment section below as well. But guys, that's it from us. As always, come on, you Spurs. In the mighty hands we trust. We never stop. Let's
In
go.
the mighty Ange we trust. Come on, everybody. See you tomorrow for game day.